Have you ever tried to grow an African violet? How do you propagate it? This is Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. And today, we are going to plant up some that I propagated. Now, last summer I did a video, and it's linked right here. And I took leaves off of this original plant. I put it in a clamshell, used some rooting hormone, and I brought it down with me to Arizona. Well, in the meantime, it has decided to grow roots, little plants, but how many plants can I get off of them, really? So let's take those propagated plants, let's separate them, and just see how many African violets I can get from just one plant. So this is the plants in that clamshell, and I had taken 4 leaves and put some rooting hormone, put it in the soil. The clamshell was closed up. I couldn't find African violet potting soil, so I used a citrus potting soil. It's very loose and free draining, and it'll work just as fine. And I'm going to get that damp first. So we're going to take a plant out of here. Now I'm going to take the one that the little babies are very close together, and I'm actually not going to separate that little section yet. I'm going to let that grow a little bit farther before I actually pull those apart. So the very first one, you'll see the main leaf, that big leaf that I had propagated, and a mass of roots. And I'm just going to put that right in that hole. I'm going to be very careful, only touching that original leaf. I'm going to press it down, and I'll add a little bit of soil around that too. And eventually I should be able to get about 4 plants off of that, but they were just really close to the main leaf, and I just didn't want to chance that. Now this one, they're spread out a little bit more, so I'm just going to tease carefully those roots apart. And see, there's one plant. It's got little tiny babies. About 6 leaves actually this one has. And of course I'll put some soil around that too. So from that one that I'm just working on, I'm actually getting 5 plants from that. So there's 4 that I pulled apart, plus the original leaf that I buried again. This is that very first one I did. And so far we got 6 plants. And by the time I was done pulling everything apart, I have 10 new African violet plants from 4 leaves that I propagated. It's an amazing thing. Now here's a tray. It has holes in it, so I'm just putting some aluminum foil down on there. And then I'm going to take some wax paper. And my tray with the African violets will just sit right inside there. I'm putting it on a table, and I don't want to get water spots, and so that's why I'm doing that. And I always like to have it indirect light, not direct light. So I could take my original plant that's on the left and even make more if I wanted to. But I think 10 is probably enough for me. If you like the challenge of propagating, I hope you like this video and try it. Take some leaves from your African violet. Make sure you've watched both videos so that you get all the information. And propagate another plant, or 2 or 3, that you can give to your family and friends. This is Sandy. I will see you next time.